Hello, hello. Hey, Christine. Eileen, hello. When you come on, say hey, hey, hey. Hey, Gail. Susan, hello. How's everybody doing? Robin, hello. Just trying to get my iPad up here. Beth, hi. Hello, Mary, Mary. Marie, hello. Sorry, I'm looking back and forth because, well, you know, electronics. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see. There it is. Okay. I think now we are cooking with gas. Hello, Lori and Lori. A couple of Loris. All right. Hey, Candy. Trish, hello. Miss Renee, howdy, howdy. Carolyn, hello. All right. You can see my stuff scattered all over the desk. I've got to get better lighting. Oh, I got to get rid of that overhead lighting. You see those two little dots? Those are from my lights above. I can't point them in a... You're at Hines Park. You can't drive and watch. Well, somebody else should be driving for you, Mary. Yes, please don't drive and watch. You can catch the replay. All right, so we'll give it a minute. Hey, Cindy, hello. But what we are going to talk about is a technique with stencils, stamping through stencils, and you can see I did a little sample here. I used our Michigan stencil and this Hero Arts background stamp. It's a little bit more difficult with this stencil because it's thick, but it can still be done. And then if you outline the shape, it gives it some definition so you can see exactly what it is. But I am going to show you with this prototype. This is a prototype of the stencils that I've got coming out soon. So they're smaller than the versions that will actually be selling. But that is one of the thinner Mylar stencil materials, so it works really well. So this technique works the best on more open stencils that don't have too much detail, because what you're going to do is put your stencil down, and then you're going to, and you're with your paper underneath. Hey, Tammy, and you are going to stamp through it. So what I will do is, I'm going to pull this over so, well, and if you were using, this is tricky because it's smaller, but if you wanted to not stamp on the paper over here, then you need to block it. Okay, so we'll do that. And then I'm just going to, I'm going to use this stamp without any acrylic, oh my gosh, block. I'm losing my words. And I'm just going to stamp it up. It's easiest this way too because you can get the pressure through the different areas. So if you just lay it down on top, that way you can push with your fingers to make sure that the stamp stamps into the shape. If you had the block on it, it would be giving even pressure, which, you know, is typically what you want, right, when you're stamping, but not us. We like to do the crazy things, right? So, hey, Marilyn. All right, so And then we'll just pull it off and voila! So now you've got this shape of this stencil with a background on it, and you could outline it or color it or do whatever it is that you would like to do. I'll do one more for you with a different pattern so you can see. And we'll just block this side off also. So this is just a background stamp also. It's a floral pattern. It looks really pretty through the stencil. And it doesn't, the stencil doesn't have to be the size of the opening, or the stamp doesn't have to be the size of the opening. You could, you know, stamp a few times to get the whole thing filled. So we're just going to, and you can use the red rubber, you could use the silicone stamps, but it really is just easier to do it without an acrylic block, because like I said, you can get that pressure in between, or push down so that you can get the stamp into the stencil. Yeah, this one had the shapes were a little bit too little. So, and I don't think my ink is very wet, which is very irritating. So let's see, let's try some different ink. Sorry about that. That one didn't work out very well. This must be some old Memento ink. And the pattern might be too big to go in the legs there, so that could also be what it is. So maybe a smaller pattern would be better for that stencil. So it's basically some trial and error. Obviously, let's try this one. See what we can get. And you want to get some pressure. So I'm standing up. And sorry if I'm shaking the table. But after you get an outline on it also, it gives it a whole different thing too, and it kind of fills the shape in. Let's see what we get here. Yep, see? We get our girl here, and you definitely want to mask it off so that you don't get ink or stamps all over. But you see, again, this is how I used this Michigan stencil, and then I just used my pen and outlined the shape. So you can do that as well. And let me tell you, don't freak out, because this is super easy to clean the stencil off. This is just mostly water with a little bit of alcohol in it. Voila! See how easy that cleans off? And that was archival ink that I used there. So super easy to clean off, so don't worry about your stencils. And that is what we've got. So there's some fun new ways to use your stencils. Get out some of your background stamps, bigger images and smaller images, and give it a whirl. Anybody have any questions? Mary, you can tape it down if you wanted to also, or use your station with the, well, probably the magnets might get in the way if your stamp is big, but you could easily tape it down with your purple tape. And I thought about doing that too, but you know me, I'm the girl who doesn't like to measure or make things easy. All right, so can I answer any other questions? Yeah, and it really does make a difference when if you could pick up the stencil, right? When you just take this here, I'll grab a pen and I'll show you how doing an outline makes a huge difference. Which is also another way you can use your stencils. Sorry, I have the pen cap in my mouth. See, look at what a difference that makes. Awesome, right? All right. So, thank you very much for joining us. We've got one more week of techniques with stencils. It's going to be another quick technique with some layering stencils that I'd like to show you. And that will be week 3 of techniques with stencils, and then we'll be moving on to another, I guess another medium. We'll call it that. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Technique Talk on Tuesday. Did everybody grab a taco? I didn't have tacos, but if you're just joining us, you can catch the replay on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. And if you try these techniques, I would absolutely love to see. So please, if you're doing these things that we're showing, please take a picture and post on our Facebook page. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be seeing you soon. Have a good night.